place or places that you consider to be home?
I consider the Bronx to be home, the South Bronx, and I also grew up in Fort Washington, Maryland, which is right outside of DC. So that's also kind of home. But I don't know. I feel like if I'm talking about home in a really nostalgic way, I say the Bronx.
Bronx.
Yeah.
And is there a particular food dish or item or kind of food that reminds you of home?
I feel like there are a lot of foods that remind me of home. Not all of them I like, if that makes sense. But I feel like summertime, like watermelon really makes me think of home. And just like being outside with my parents, my dad cutting up a big watermelon for us. And what else? Caribbean food really makes me think of my mom and my dad. I only really eat it at home. I don't really eat it other places.
Any particular dishes, like in Caribbean food? Like, is there something that like your mom or your dad would always make growing up?
My mom makes peas and rice like every week, and I really don't like it. I just didn't like it when I was growing up, and then as I got older, like she started to make beans and rice for me, and I really loved that. So that's kind of like our compromise, but it's not quite
So is the beans and rice only for you? Like you're the only one?
I mean, no, other people eat it,
Yeah.
but it's like everyone's fine with the like peas and rice.
Yeah.
I just personally like seek out.
And do you like that kind of food? Do you make it yourself?
I never make it.
You never make it.
I don't know how. I know how to make beans and rice, but like I wouldn't know how to make any of that Caribbean food.
Do you seek it out like at restaurants or like especially living in New York, you can probably find.
I think not so much like Jamaican food. No, I don't really seek it out. It's just something like I have when I go home to visit my parents' house. But there are different like flavors that I think like Caribbean flavors that I seek out a lot. Yeah, and, like if I don't have beans